Good morning. I am here with the 4 dolls that I have up for adoption in the nursery. And I thought I would just hang out with you guys for a little bit and kind of tell you their story without hitting the tripod and just having some coffee with you guys this morning. I did go and unpack 3 of them and kind of set them up to show you guys kind of like the size difference, and they're really cute all together. I took some photos of them all together too. So, and I'm sending out a newsletter with all the new prices on the dolls, and I thought this would be good to include with that newsletter just in case somebody wanted to watch it. So without further ado, you guys know these two mostly, I'm sure, because these are the most recent babies for October. I wanted to do more outside of my comfort zone, more alternative reborn doll kits. And even though I did make them look more human hybrid, it was still out of my comfort zone. I've only ever made one other vampire doll before this one, and it's actually with Folgor Nursery, Tanya, who is an amazing, amazing artist. She's my favorite artist. She does alternative reborn dolls, and actually I was able to get this doll kit from her. She is a prototype alternative doll artist, and she's phenomenal. So anyway, I was able to get the doll kit from her, and as I was making the doll, I had initially decided to do it as a full reborn, but there was just something throwing me off about the look that I was going for, and the claws aspect of it. I just thought how cute it would be to have a cuddle alternative doll. I haven't seen those very often, and if they're not silicone. So I thought, I'm going to try it. I really like doing cuddle babies because it gives people the opportunity to own the doll sculpt at a lower price. It does, I think I was saying in my video yesterday just how much more money the doll kits are for the artists. It's a lot. So I thought that if I was to do this doll, I would change it up and do it as a cuddle. And Irresistibles has these really beautiful doll bodies that I'm obsessed with. They're so soft, you guys. They're so soft. They're flannel and really cute. And I just love how, he can just chill here in the cuddle body and it looked like he's wearing a sleeper. So I still do need to find a preemie sleeper for him to go home in. That's why he's not totally packed up yet. So I'm getting one of those today. So I really love his eyes. I love how he looks like he's kind of teething. I love his barely there hair and his little horns. He's just a really cute sculpt. And, with the doll kits, they're blank slates. You can make them look however you want. And my intention was to make him look like a cute baby vampire. So that is Dexter. And of course, Dexter, it's one of my favorite shows, so I love the name. But Dexter can be a boy or a girl, and is totally of your choosing. That's why I did a gender neutral body. But yeah, I'm really happy with how he turned out. And even if like you were to cover up the teeth, he would just look like a little demon baby. The ears are just a little bit big. I know people that have ears that stick out like this, so he would totally fit in. He is not at all, he's not strange. He's perfect. So that is Dexter, and he is up on the website, and he is at a discounted price. And I don't remember the exact price right now, but definitely head on over to the website and check it out. And then, of course, we have my little love, Elara. I remember seeing my very first alien sculpt when I started painting. I think it was a silicone doll, and I was blown away. And at that time, I didn't know how to paint silicone dolls, and just like the idea of painting an alternative reborn doll, let alone a silicone, was out of my skill set. When I was looking for alien doll kits or just perusing the fantasy doll kits, I came across this one on Irresistibles by Jane Warner, and I fell in love. At first, it was just kind of like something fun to do. But after I made the first one, my daughter, who was 14 and never was into dolls, she asked me, she did her 14-year-old thing where she said, I want him, and my initial reaction was, oh my gosh, take him, keep him. But of course I was like, well, I have bills to pay, stuff like that. So I said, well, I'm going to sell this one and I will make you your own. And that felt really good to me because she does not own any of my dolls. This is the first one. And of course, I would have made my kids dolls all day long had they wanted them, but my kids were never into baby dolls, which is fine. I just was really, really, it just felt good for her to own one of my dolls. So she named her Nova, and Nova hangs out in her room, and she even wrapped Nova up in her favorite baby blanket that she had when she was, first born. And, for me as a mom and an artist, it made me feel really good. So I said, I'm going to make one more alien baby. And I wanted to make this one a little bit different than the last two. My daughter had requested blue eyes and more of a fair, paler skin. And this one I made more of like an alien. So she has more like blue tones, and she's got like little freckles on her skin, like little spots. So it was kind of fun to play around, like what would an alien baby skin look like? I don't know. That's what I was just kind of playing with. And then of course I did the eyes a little bit differently too. I did fill in with a little bit of gray spotting on the around the iris, and then of course I did the resin tears, which just really add something to the effect I think this doll has on you, because they really look like they're looking at you, and I love that. So this is the last alien baby I'm going to make. I just wanted to do one more alien, less human, even though she definitely looks human. I wanted to like experiment and out of my comfort zone just a little bit, and that's where those specs come in. So you can see how tiny she is. She's 13 inches. As I wait for her to be adopted, I might play around with making her something. I'm not really sure. I did make a hat for Nova, and it's pretty good. It's a little bit wonky. I'm still learning how to use the sewing machine, but I don't know. I think if you're going to be shopping for her, micro preemie would be the best bet, or you could just wrap her up in a blanket. I will send her home with this because I just think it looks cute on her. But yeah, and even if you have the scratch mittens, it works good because her hands are always open like that. And I think when you have the scratch mittens on, it adds a little bit more realism. So another thing I did with this one is I didn't fill in the mouth as much as I did in the previous ones. I just wanted to pay the most attention to the eyes. So everything else is just really subtle. So all right, and then we're coming to Jo, and Jo is one of my favorite dolls that I've made this year. I don't know if you guys know, I had made a CMN baby for a little girl, Winry, on TikTok, and she is a baby that was born with this birthmark, which is, I remember how to say the full thing, but essentially it's moles on your face, and they're born like that. They are actually born with this, and some can mistake it in the beginning as a bruise. And I felt really compelled to make a doll for Winry, and seeing her face when she opened it up, and even though she's very young, I know that one day she's going to be a little bit older, and having that doll that looks like her is going to be really important. And for me as an artist, that was really, really important for me to continue doing, even if I know people don't always, I know that they're not drawn to these types of dolls. And I'm okay with that, because I really want just one person out there who has a child, or they themselves have a birthmark or something that they find to be imperfect about the way they look, to feel like they're seen and beautiful. And I personally find birthmarks to be beautiful. And as an artist, I really like capturing that, but it's mostly for just one person to feel seen. And these are not the same type of babies that I do with the, the Stranger Things and the zombies and all this stuff. That is completely separate. This is challenging for me as an artist to try to capture what the birthmark looks like. It's textured, it's 3D. And the other ones are essentially the same type of challenge, but it would be like if you were working in a Hollywood studio as a makeup artist or prosthetics or whatever, trying to capture the essence of something. So the rotten pumpkins are completely separate from my birthmark babies, and I just felt the need to make sure that everybody knew this. This is is essentially a human cuddle baby, and it is representation, and that's all that I am going for when I make these dolls. And I love her. I think that this doll kit, Joe by Linda Murray, is just so realistic. I love it. And what threw me off in the beginning was the wrinkles in the forehead here, but I was able to kind of cover that with the hair and the birthmark, and I love her. I think she's just really beautiful. And yeah, that's the story of Joe. And Winry's mom actually liked my post about it, and that made me feel good too. So we're just out here, and I just really like the idea that Winry maybe was looking at this doll and just, it's like, oh, that baby looks like me. Just like the baby I have in my bedroom, here's two now that have this birthmark. So, but yeah, I know I've told you guys that there was a girl in my high school that had a port wine stained birthmark on her whole side of her face. And I often think about her when I do these types of babies, and how she spent her entire high school career with her hair in her face and her head down. And I wish that I had made more of an effort to see her and make sure that she knew that she was seen and she was beautiful and she didn't have to feel that way, because gosh, life is hard enough, it really is. I think that we just need to be lifting people up, especially moms. So anyway, moving on to Miss Charlie here, who's been in the nursery the longest. She is a product of my monkey brain. She was initially on the Laura limbs, and then we decided that maybe people didn't like the Laura limbs anymore. And so now she is a cuddle baby. And I remember when this doll kit came out, I was so excited about the neck, because I thought, oh my gosh, what a great idea for a cuddle baby, because, it would have that neck coming out here and it would look even more realistic. I loved that idea, and I did it, and people weren't as excited as I thought they would be, and that's okay. Sometimes that happens, but I know my other Charlie is with a wonderful person. This is my second one and my last Charlie, for real, my last Charlie, and this one, she is on a discount as well. So I like that she looks really newborn. She would fit into preemie clothes for sure, but not like a micro preemie. She's just like regular preemie. The preemie clothes where they could probably fit a newborn too. That's what she would fit into, like the preemie from Walmart. Joe is definitely in newborn clothes, or 0 to 3, depending on how you like your doll clothes to fit. Yeah, and I think I went over the other ones. So, but yeah, these guys all are going to come home. Actually, I'm going to pause. I will be right back. Okay, so I don't have 4 of them, but I do have 4 things. So they will come home with one of these, depending on, I guess, what I pick out of the pile. Oh, you can't even see it. These are my diamond paintings that I've been working on. And then this is just like a little pumpkin keychain type deal that I did. And then this one. So I only have 3 of the squares, but I do have this pumpkin one. So I might work on another one. We'll see. I'm hoping that these guys will go home by the end of October. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, if you know somebody who's in the market for a baby doll, if you guys have had your eyes on these dolls for a while, they're on a great price right now. I'm trying to move out these dolls while I focus on kind of like what the next thing I'm going to be doing. I do have Pickle coming, and I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with Pickle. And yeah, but I wanted to show you guys these dolls, kind of give you their story, and also just thank you so much for being here as always. I know I say that, but I really mean it. I know you have a choice of what you watch on YouTube, and it's just awesome to have people watch, you know, and look at my artwork. It's a big deal. It's a big deal as an artist. So I appreciate you very much. And I will see you guys in my next video.